Haaland can't stop us, Spain can't stop us, not even torrential rain can stop us. Scotland have done it again. 4 wins in the beginning of this European qualification group stage, and we are history makers, and we are top of our group with 12 points and with 4 wins out of 4. Welcome back, guys, to Son of Scotland TV. What a night, what a game. Scotland 2, Georgia 0. Eventually the match did finish round about 20 past 11. We got the 3 points, we got the victory, but we had to work hard for it and we had to wait for it, guys. One of the longest games of football that I have ever seen, and at times it kind of reminded me of watching the F1 when you get like red flags in F1, or when there's torrential rain and they've delayed the session and they don't know when the race is going to restart. That's kind of what this match felt like, because I looked at the pitch and I don't think the game should have started when it did. The pitch was waterlogged. He could not play football. The ball was travelling about a metre every time and then stopping. Players were trying to dribble with the ball, but the ball was getting left behind them. For the first 6 minutes, it really wasn't a good game of football. Now, we did score the opening goal with Callum McGregor, but I've got to be honest, I think if the pitch wasn't waterlogged, I don't think we score this goal. I think the waterlogged pitch just happens to set the ball up perfectly for Callum McGregor. It was still a good strike for Callum McGregor. It was still a decent shot, and maybe the goalkeeper should have done better, but there was about 20 bodies in front of him, so how much did he see of it? We don't really know. He did get a palm on it, but that wasn't enough, and he palmed it in off the post and into the back of the net. So we take the lead, but pretty much as soon as we took the lead, the referee went over to check. We all thought that he was looking at VAR, even though there was absolutely nothing wrong with the game. But it turns out, no, he wasn't looking at VAR. He was wanting to inspect the pitch. He was questioning whether or not the match should be suspended. So he decided to bring the players off the pitch, and this is when the game pretty much just stopped. For about 90 minutes, an hour and a half, the game ceased to exist. And I agree with stopping the game. I agree with trying to get the pitch in better condition, and we seen everybody at Hampden. You had like the officials, then you had the stewards, then you had like the ball boys. Everybody was bringing like rakes and ouijas on to try and get the water off the pitch, and they've done a really, really good job. But my problem is, I think after 15 minutes, I think they got the pitch in probably about just as good as condition as you could get it, but for some reason they kept delaying it, and then the rain actually got harder, and at this point we're thinking, well, that's it, they've wasted their chance. They could have had the game restarted, but they didn't do that. Then it began to rain again. I was thinking, well, it's not going to happen now, but the rain then eased off, and they kept trying to get all the water off the pitch. The referees came out, the officials came out, and they were bouncing the ball. The balls weren't exactly bouncing great, however they were rolling good. The referee was playing passes to his teammates, his officials, and the ball was rolling on the ground. Then you'd Scott McTominay. He was in the middle of the pitch just pinging balls at the official. It's almost like to say, look, the pitch is fine, let's go, you dick, what are you waiting for? So you'd Scott McTominay just pinging balls at the official. Didn't hit him, but yeah, maybe didn't want to get sent off, so he was doing his best not to hit him, but to plant the ball right in front of him to show him that the match should go ahead. And I mean, I think we could tell about half an hour after the game was stopped that I think that the match should have been restarted, but for some reason, one reason or another, I know the Georgians apparently didn't want to come out, they didn't want to restart the game, but the match should have been started about half an hour after it was suspended. The fact we had to wait an hour and a half was a bit of a joke. The Georgians just did not want to play. They wanted the match to be played tomorrow night, and do you blame them? I guess they were trailing 1-0. I would have been, honestly, I would have probably been happy just restarting the game at 0-0 and restarting it from 0 minutes on the clock if they wanted to do that. But there's no way this game should have been postponed after they did the whole pitch thing and they tried to get as much water out the pitch as possible. The pitch was okay. The pitch was actually good. I mean, you look at the game pretty much played out alright after that. I mean, we've seen worse pitches than this. Yeah, at the beginning of the game it was terrible, but, after they got as much water out as they could, it was actually alright. So I think they wasted too long. I'd say they wasted about an hour more than they needed to getting the pitch in top condition. Thankfully, though, the game did get back underway, because I don't want to put it off. I want to get the 3 points tonight, and that's exactly what we done. Now, the first half, I wouldn't say it was pretty, but I do think the longer the game went on, the more we took control of it, the more we looked dominant, the more we were just comfortable. Now, while we didn't really create that much in the first half when it restarted, we did look the better side. Andy Robertson had a really good chance where he ran down the left and got a good cross in, but unfortunately nobody could get on it. Then we get to half time, and straight out on the second half, Scott McTominay gets a bit lucky, gets a deflection, but he gets the ball in the back of the net, and that's the most important thing. He makes it 2-0, and I feel like we could have really made it 3 or 4. There was a lot of decent chances. Maybe the best one fell to Ryan Porteous, who had a header for about 8 yards out. Pretty much, it wasn't being contested. It was a free header almost. He should have done better, but he didn't. He put it over. Georgia late on did have a decent shot, but they didn't really create anything. They didn't have a single shot on target, nor did they have a corner. They just didn't do much. They had a free kick late on. They chipped it in. It was really poor. It was in a good area. I thought the guy was going to go for goal, but he decided to chip it in. Nothing came from it. But then VAR 10 years later decides to look, and they give a penalty against Jack Hendry for a handball. I thought it was harsh, but fair enough. They give a penalty. About 2 minutes to go at this point. Georgia scored this, and it is squeaky bum time, but no, they skied it over the bar, and that pretty much summed up Georgia's performance. Just not very good. A bad night for them, if we're being honest. And guys, yeah, we held it for 2-0. I think we probably should have won this by a few more. I predicted 3-0. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with 2. I'll take 2. The 3 points is all that I needed. But yeah, no, I think that we could have possibly got an extra goal or 2 in there. But look, this is a team that hasn't been beaten in about 2 years, and they are by far the best 4th place team, 4-pot team. So I'm happy we got the win. 4 points, 4 games out of 4 wins out of 4, 12 points out of a possible 12. We have 8 plus in the goal difference. We've only conceded 1 goal, and of course it was a penalty against Haaland, who threw himself to the ground and cheated in order to get one. So when you look at that, we're in a great position. We could realistically forfeit our last 4 games and still qualify. So that just kind of tells you what position we're in. The fact that we have got 4 wins out of 4, I do not see us throwing this away. I don't see anybody throwing this away. I'm trying to think of the worst Scotland side that I've seen in my lifetime. Maybe Craig Levein, I don't know. Maybe Alex McLeish's second run, I would say, actually. Probably Alex McLeish's second run. Perhaps even George Burley. Any of them, I think they could manage to get this over the line. So there's no way Steve Clarke's going to bottle it. We're not going to fall apart. We're not going to throw this away. We need 2 wins, technically, to guarantee it. Mathematically, but look, we're there. We are there. We are not going to drop this. We are not going to lose this. We're not going to fumble this. As Stevie G said, we're not going to slip, nay. We're going to get over the line, guys, and we're going to be going to the Euros. And I think that we should be looking to top the group now. Spain have 2 games in hand. If they win them, they go on to 9 points. We're still to travel to Spain, I get that, but I think we should be looking to win this group now. Spain are not that great. They're not what they used to be, and I think that we can beat them. I think we can go to Spain. I think we can beat Spain. I think looking at this, we should be realistically aiming to get 8 wins out of 8. I know that might sound a bit optimistic, and it might sound a bit unrealistic, but no, I think we should be aiming for that. I think we should be looking to beat Georgia and Cyprus again. I think we can definitely beat Norway at Hampden. And why can't we go to Spain? Why can't we win in Spain? Look, if we want to go to the Euros and actually just not make up the numbers, if we intend to go to the Euros with the intention of getting out of group stages, then beating teams like Spain away from home is probably what you need to do. And we've already done it comfortably at Hampden, so I don't see why we can't go to Spain. I don't see why we can't do it. And you know what? I think we can do it, but I'm not going to give any predictions right now. Those games don't happen until, I believe, September, so it's a long, long wait. The players can go and get a rest now. Pretty much, I guess this is where the end of season truly begins now, because the club football's over now. Scotland is gone for like 4 months, so now the players can actually get a little bit of a break before the new season starts, and I mean, they deserve it. But yeah, what a night, guys. The rain was coming down hard, but we still got the win. Nothing can stop Steve Clarke, man. The guy is fucking Superman. Super Steve Clarke, right? This guy is taking us places. Do I think we'll win the Euros? Possibly. There you go, I said it. Steve Clarke is the fucking man. And I just hope we offer him a long-term deal, because I'm surprised. I am legit surprised he doesn't attract interest from big clubs. I really am. I don't get it. I don't know what everyone has against Steve Clarke. Is it because he's Scottish? Is it because he doesn't have like a cool sounding name like Ange Postecoglou? This is a guy that over a calendar year outscored Celtic with a Kilmarnock side. And that was Brendan Rodgers' Celtic, the guy that's supposed to be a hero. Steve Clarke, over 365 days, outscored Celtic. So, I mean, what's that all about? Seriously, tells me who's the best manager is to grace Scotland in decades. Absolutely easy. Fucking Steve Clarke's the best manager I've seen in the island of Scotland, man, for decades. And, you know, probably will go on to bigger and better things, but I'm going to enjoy him for the Scotland manager while we have him, and hopefully he can deliver us success, whatever success is. At the moment, it's getting to these European competitions. I want us to go one further next time and make it to a World Cup, but I want to go there and just not make up numbers and just not be content getting there. We need to now get out the group stages. We've never got out the group stages of a tournament. So that has to be the next aim, and I'm looking at this Scotland side, and I don't think we've had a better chance than this. With Steve Clarke at the helm, with all these good young players we've got coming through, with the experienced players we already have in the team. You look at our squad, we've got so many good players playing for big clubs, whether it be Celtic and Rangers, whether it be Premier League clubs, whether it be players like Lewis Ferguson who's playing abroad, or someone like Hickey who's been abroad, now he's back in the Prem. We've got so many big players that are playing their football around the world, and I think that just shows that, you know, how good of a squad and how much depth we currently have. So yeah, guys, that's it. Scotland have won by 2-0, and that's it. Yeah, we have to wait 4 months, but it doesn't. Waiting 4 months doesn't bother me. When you're top of the table, we can wait as long as it takes. You know, we're in no rush to get back. We are in absolutely no rush, guys. We are going to top this group, in my opinion, and I cannot wait until the last 4 games, and hopefully we can end it in style. But that's it. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. I said it was going to be 3-0. I was almost correct, but you know what? 2-0 is just as good. I'll take it every single day of the week. Till next time, mad rain, mad rain, and I feel bad for the fans that maybe have to travel home late, and it's like a lot of buses, maybe public transport's kind of going to be difficult, but you know what? It's worth it, guys. Absolutely worth it. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, though, peace.